The words sliced through the kitchen air like a knife. "If you stay, I'll destroy this marriage." My mother-in-law's voice was sharp, her manicured finger stabbing toward me. The salmon on the cutting board suddenly looked foreign, the pink flesh gleaming under light that felt too harsh, too revealing. I tightened my grip on the knife, not out of fear, but to stop my hands from shaking. 6 months of quiet torment. The constant criticism, the helpful jabs about my cooking, my job, my fertility, all of it condensed into this single moment. "Fine," I said evenly, setting the knife down. "Have it your way." Her lips curled, thinking she'd won. She had no idea what was coming. "My name is Nain. I'm 31, and this is the story of how I saved my marriage by ending it first. When I married Thomas 6 months ago, I thought I'd found peace. A gentle man, a stable home, and finally quiet. But then came Patricia, his mother. She started small, casseroles, muffins, polite drop-ins. Then without warning, it became daily invasions. She'd waltz in without knocking, armed with critiques and pity disguised as advice. "You really feed him risotto again? Still no baby? Maybe you're too career-focused. Some women just aren't made to nurture." Each word chipped away at me like acid on glass. I begged Thomas to intervene. "She's just adjusting," he'd said. "To what?" I asked. "Owning our house?" He promised to talk to her, but nothing changed. Then came that Friday. "She was waiting on the porch before I even parked. Well, look who decided to come home," she sneered. She followed me inside, her eyes scanning my grocery bags. "Off-brand olive oil? No wonder he's not gaining weight." "Patricia," I said quietly. "Stop." "Stop what?" She snapped. "Being honest? You think you can run this marriage?" "I think I deserve respect in my own home." Her eyes went cold. "If you stay, I'll destroy this marriage." "Thomas will believe me before he believes you," I smiled. "Fine, let's test that theory." That night I texted Thomas. "We need to talk." "About your mother. Meet me in 30 minutes." And I recorded everything. When he arrived, I didn't argue. I just pressed play. His mother's voice filled the cafe. "You think I'll let you ruin my son's life? If you won't quit your job, I'll make sure your boss thinks you did. Divorce him or I'll make your life a nightmare." Thomas froze, his face pale. I didn't know she—" "Yes, you did," I interrupted softly. "You just didn't want to see it." Then I said the words that would change everything. "If you want to save our marriage, we have to burn it down first." We filed for divorce that night. And 30 minutes later, we filed for marriage again, this time on our terms. Thomas took my last name. We built a life that was ours. No spare keys, no uninvited visits, no interference. 3 days later, we visited Patricia to tell her the news. She opened the door in pearls and perfume, her smile too wide. "Well, well, someone's come to her senses." Thomas's voice was steady. "We filed for divorce. Then we remarried, to each other." Her face fell. "You changed your name?" she gasped. "Yes," he said. "Because from now on, we build our own family." I pressed play on my phone, her recorded threats filling the room. Justin, her husband, stood from his chair. "I heard your voice, Patricia," he said quietly. "You've gone too far," she sputtered, but he didn't stop. "If you ever show up at their house again, I'll file for divorce." Silence. She blinked, for once, speechless. We walked out hand in hand. No yelling, no victory, just peace. We moved into a small apartment with sunlight and thick walls, a home that finally felt ours. Justin visited often, always asking first. Patricia never did again. 6 weeks later, Justin told us he'd left her. 6 months later, I found out I was pregnant. Thomas cried when he saw the test. We named our daughter Lydia, strong, soft, and ours. When Patricia tried to visit the hospital, security turned her away. That was the last time she ever tried to cross our boundary. Our life now is quiet. Laughter, late dinners, small moments that matter. On our living room wall hangs a photo album Thomas made. Inside, the inscription reads, "Our family not inherited, built." And for the first time in my life, I understood something simple but sacred. You don't owe peace to people who destroy yours. because sometimes the only way to save your marriage is to burn down everything that was never loved to begin with.